This week's Parashat, we have a lot of pointers regarding what a good leader looks like. Moshe Rabbeinu is coming towards his last day on planet Earth, and he begs God, please give the Jewish nation a powerful leader that will guide them into the land of Israel. Yoshua ben Nun gets picked, and when he finds out that he's going to be a leader, he's shocked, because he says to himself, I was always on the sidelines, I wasn't making decisions, and now you're telling me that all the decisions are going to be on my shoulders. Now, there's a very interesting point when we get a little bit deeper into things. Yoshua ben Nun was a natural leader, but he learned how to control that natural tendency to guide others. And he learned how to put himself, like Chazal say, as the moon. Moshe Rabbeinu was the sun gives all the light, the moon just reflects what it receives from the sun. That was something that Yoshua ben Nun acquired. And when he mastered that, God said, you know what, you're the perfect person to be the next leader of the Jewish people. Now, we know that no leader was on the level of Yoshua ben Nun other than Moshe Rabbeinu. As the Mishnah says in Pirkei Avot, Moshe Masali Yoshua v'Yoshua l'Zkenim, meaning going forward it had to split up to multiple people. So we want to see what exactly made Yoshua ben Nun such a great leader. Chazal teach us who Ish Asher Ruach Bo is coming to teach that he was a person that was able to connect to everyone, to the highest people, to the lowest people, to make them feel important, to make them feel that he's part of their lives, part of their decisions, and that's a powerful ability. Usually when we look at a good leader, we think of a charismatic speaker, a person who knows how to map things out properly. But Chazal say it's more about his ability to really go down to every single person and connect to him no matter where he's holding and help the person progress from his specific point. Now, another point in this week's parasha regarding proper leadership, we see that there is the 5 daughters of Tzlafchad. A certain man that passed away, his daughters were not supposed to get part of the land of Israel, and they asked Moshe Rabbeinu to make sure they get a part. God agrees with them, and we learn from them a lot, because majority of men did not have the opportunity to enter the land of Israel. They died in the desert, but the women all entered the land of Israel, and it's a lot because of these 5 women. Now, just to get a little bit of background information, they were the 7 generations after Yosef HaTzadik. They were the descendants of Yosef, and Yosef HaTzadik, as we know, made his brothers swear that they're not going to leave Mitzrayim until they take his bones with them. So even though the Egyptians hid his bones, threw them in the Nile River, they made sure that they're not leaving the Jewish people until they have the bones with them. Took it 40 years with them in the desert and buried him in Eretz Yisrael in Shechem. His great love for the land of Israel was so strong that it penetrated to the next generation, and the next generation, up until the point that his 5 great-great-granddaughters were able to influence all the Jewish women to love the land of Israel, so much so that when the spies came and complained and said, how are we going to do anything? This is a land that eats its people. The women had such strong belief that Israel is a beautiful land that there was no influence. And because of that, they never got punished. To teach us that a good teacher, a good parent, a good mentor, a good leader, he's able to take the values that he has and to really penetrate it into the hearts of his children up until the point where the generations afterwards continue in that way. So with that, wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom.